Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brad. And so today I want to talk about one of my favorite ways to really quickly lose fat and recomposition your body. And, you know, this is something, I've done this several times. I have a lot of experience with this and using anabolic steroids and then training naturally and eating, in such a way that's actually going to produce results and getting lean and building muscle and everything. And I just want to talk a little bit about, how to actually use Sarms to effectively, burn through your fat really, really quickly, and how to, build muscle pretty quickly. Now, caveat here, one thing to note beforehand is that, you're not going to, like, if you're watching me go through this transformation or whatever, you're not going to get similar results to me because I've used growth hormone in the past, and anybody that uses growth hormone in the past and anabolics for a period of time, you have very strong muscle memory. So your muscles come back a lot faster, the second time that you get in shape or third time that you get in shape. Basically, it's very bro science-y, but the more, if you've been really big before and really jacked before, and you've been really lean before, your body already pretty much knows the path to get back there. And anytime you introduce an anabolic or you introduce Sarms, you start weight training again, you start eating right again, your body tends to go back there pretty quickly. So I just want to talk a little bit about using Sarms and how I'm using them to mitigate side effects and also produce results that I want very, very quickly. So Sarms, in my opinion, are probably one of the best things PED-wise to use in terms of burning fat and healing injuries and regaining muscle and everything like that. They're, obviously not going to build as much muscle as anabolic steroids, obviously. But in my opinion, the great advantage of Sarms is that they are as good or better, for me at least, for burning fat than any anabolic steroid that I've ever used. And the cool thing about them also is that you can literally microdose them. I'm a big fan of doing this thing where I will literally microdose Sarms. I will take, 1/50th of what is recommended. And I've noticed that when I do this, my body, for whatever reason, it just speeds up the metabolism a lot. I regain a lot of the muscle that I lost. Some of the nagging injuries that I have heal up. And the great news is I don't get any of the negative side effects that I get with anabolic steroids, like testosterone, Ment, Tren, Masteron, any of those fucking anabolics. I don't get the negative side effects that I get with those things. See somebody's commenting about S23. I've never used that one due to the vision side effects. But I'm just going to talk about my favorite Sarms and how I use them. My favorite Sarms are Austrian. I like Ligandrol. I really like YK11. RAD 140 is amazing. However, the anger is real on that, so I really try to stay away from it, as much as possible. But I will use it basically what I'll do is this. Here's what I'll do sometimes. On days that I'm not going out and picking up women, because I find that when I use Sarms or I use anything anabolic that messes with my hormones, it makes me a little moody. I get a little bit, I'm just too intense to pick up women. I just have no patience, very lacking in patience, so I don't go out when I take them. So what I do, and this is just me, I'm just telling you from my own experience what I do, and you're going to see me, I probably literally lost about 10 pounds, 15 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I was a fat fuck a couple weeks ago. I'm still pretty fat right now, honestly. But what I've been doing is I actually just started again, but I'll take a little bit of Austrian, a little bit of Ligandrol, a little bit of YK11, a little bit of RAD 140, either any of those, like just one of those, I'll take a little bit of that before I go to bed. And what this does is this, it's basically working on me throughout the night. So I'll have worked out during the day, I'll have eaten clean, I've done my running throughout the day, and then I let the Sarms rebuild my muscles throughout the night, and any side effects that I would have had from even that small dose are going to be essentially gone, pretty much by the morning. there's some lingering effects throughout the day, the next day, but I don't really have any anxiety or any of the negative side effects if I take it before bed. The second thing that I use is I also use cardarine. Big fan of cardarine. That greatly enhances the endurance. It does provide some fat burning on its own, but I haven't noticed that much. The real thing that I've noticed the most amount of fat burning on its own has been the Sarms. So using Ostarine, YK11, RAD140, any of those things actually, for me, really help me burn fat on their own and also, build muscle back and everything like that. The cardarine's great because it gives you a tremendous boost in your endurance. So I go out and generally every single day I'm going for a run. I'll run, 3 to 5 miles usually daily. And on days that I take the cardarine, I'll throw sprints in there. The run will just be a lot easier. I'll push an extra mile. I'll just be able to push myself beyond what I was able to do without it. And therefore my body's working harder. And then at night, the Sarms are repairing my legs so that I can go out and do a run again tomorrow. And, also burning the fat, assisting me in burning the fat. Another thing that you can do if you want to push the ante a bit and maybe take higher doses other than microdose is you can use HCG. And the great thing about using the HCG on the SARM cycle is that it'll keep your testicles producing testosterone. If you just use SARMs and you don't use HCG, you're going to shut down your natural production of testosterone. And if you want to I do pickup, I fuck chicks, I very much rely on having a high sex drive and stuff like that. So if you use just SARMs, you're going to shut down your own natural testosterone production. You're going to feel like you have no sex drive after a while. For me, that happens fairly quickly within 1, 2, or 3 days. So using HCG with this stuff is going to help balance it out, and you're going to still have a sex drive. You're going to keep everything going. And for me, for my goals, I'm 31 now, and I'm just going to use the SARMs to shed the body fat, help gain a little bit of muscle, look better very quickly, and it's really working. You'll see me go through the transformation and stuff, and then after that, I just had no need to keep doing it, because the problem with SARMs is that when you use them, for me, I've noticed that it increases the anxiety, it increases the moodiness, and also decreases sex drive. And being that I pick up women for a living and teach other men to pick up women for a living, yes, SARMs make you look better, and you're more jacked, and you're leaner, and you have a nice shape that's better than most guys. On the other hand, it also removes your sex drive, which kind of fucks up your game. So, I do it again, like I said, I'll do it, 1, 2, 3 times a week on the nights that, on the days or nights that I'm not going out and coaching. And, that's how I do it. And I eat super clean. I posted a lot of, what I do. I'm drinking my green juice every day. I have steak. I have vegetables. I have pineapple. I have mango. That's pretty much what I eat every day. And believe it or not, actually a lot of butter on my steak, which, it's just ripping through the fat that I have. I've lost about 15 pounds in the past, week and a half. It just happened really quickly. But then again, also, the way your body actually changes is a lot. It changes non-linearly. Anybody who's gone through massive body transformation knows this. Your body doesn't just linearly lose fat. If you read Lyle McDonald's stuff, or if you yourself have gone through this, that you'll be, good on your diet, good on your training, and your body will just hit plateaus. And you'll be like, what the fuck? I went out for this long run every day for 2 months, and it just seems like, I lost the initial weight, and now my body is just staying, I still have my belly, I still have my fucking face is fat, I still have my fat here, what the fuck is going on? Why am I not losing the weight? Well, if you just persist and you just keep going with it, it's weird. It's you'll wake up one morning and all of a sudden, it'll look like you've lost 8, 9 pounds just in one day. And one thing I found really helps break through those plateaus is taking a little bit of SARMs, or taking some HCG, or using a cycle or something like that. And I don't recommend doing it to stay on it long term. This is something that I used to do. I just don't recommend it. It's not healthy. You're going to give yourself a fucking heart attack, whole bunch of stuff can happen from using this stuff too long. But to break through a plateau, to help get results quicker so that you can get, you can pick up girls easier because you look better. You can feel better, more confident about yourself because your body looks good. You feel good. When you look in the mirror, you don't look like a fucking slob anymore. And then you can maintain it with a healthy diet, cardio, stretching, working out, doing everything properly. I think that's a smart way to do it. You don't want to take forever to get in shape, but also you don't want to rely on compounds to just stay in shape. You should rely on training and eating properly and doing your cardio and stuff like that. That ultimately is what is going to really do it for you in the long term and keep you healthy. So anyway, that's about it. Hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.